Alright, bro, if you ask the majority of men out there if they think fapping is bad, 9 times out of 10, actually fuck that, 10 times out of 10, they most likely are gonna say, yeah man, that shit is whack. I don't wanna partake in that. Maybe I'm addicted to it for the time being, but I'm trying to break myself the fuck out of that. Yet if you ask them the similar question of sleeping with random women, they're gonna be thinking like, man, it's not that bad, or I don't even think it is bad. Well, today, let's break that bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all, uncovering why sleeping with random chicks is damn near the same thing as fapping. Because the end result almost is identical. Damn near identical. Yes, the process to get to those points are different. You gotta have some swag, some charisma, some game, something to offer a woman to spread them legs open and get busy with it. While on the other hand, fapping, you got your phone out, you got some Wi-Fi, you got some data connection to your phone, and you ready to go, bro. All you just gotta do is click in a couple letters on the keyboard, and it's go time. So yes, there are differences in between how you go about them, but the end result is damn near the same. Because in both instances, you are essentially in a trance state. You're in a hypnotic state where you are essentially a slave to those sexual desires. You are a slave to lust. You are a slave to your flesh. And it doesn't matter how you go about it, you still are in that state. Yes, you might go make love to your hand, or you might go try to make love to some broad, to some bitch that you never met, to some girl you saw on Tinder, to some girl you see at the bar, to some girl you see at the club. So instead of your hand, you're using that other person's body to essentially masturbate with, to get off, to satisfy that sexual desire, that sexual craving, that sexual urge. And God and the universe, nature, whatever you want to call it, made us able to procreate for the essential reproduction of the offspring, of our genetic material, of our future generations to come. That is what it's supposed to be for. And if it's not for that purpose, you're essentially wasting it, because that same essence can be driven up back into your body and be used for procreation in other areas of life. You already heard me talking about semen retention all the time on this channel, all the time on my main channel. I got the whole ebook out now, The Art of Retention. If you haven't checked that out yet, make sure you go onto the main channel and check out my video called How to Succeed on Semen Retention, the Ultimate Guide. Because in that video, you'll get a free copy of the ebook breaking down everything you need to succeed when it comes to retaining your seed. But at its core essence, I always preach about, this is not an anti-sex movement. This is not an anti-sex practice. This is not something to shun women away, to just not even think about all these type of things when it comes to creating a family, this and that. If you don't want to do that and you want to be a lifelong celibate, by all means. I already talked about it on this channel, the second channel, What the Fulati, the different stages or levels of semen retention. The different levels of semen retention, that's what it was. The 6 stages on the main channel. But in that, I talked about how you can become essentially a brahmacharya, a saint, a perfect celibate saint that detaches from the world and just focuses on God and spiritual fulfillment and self-realization. But in the modern world, you're most likely not going to be able to do that unless you're fully deep into the spiritual, the path. But for the person that's not, for most likely me and you, eventually maybe you get to that stage, but for right now, we are not. That's just straight up. Pure retention and being celibate until you want to procreate is the best move to make, because you can use this energy, the same energy, to build your business, to make to help you out in your career, whether that's you're in school or you're in becoming a doctor or you're training to become an engineer, whatever it is, you can use the same essence to do that. When you fap, you understand that this is draining you of that essence. And if you get out in the field and get busy with it, because maybe you might not have had experience with trying to chase women around, I'm telling you, it's the same damn thing. I'm telling you, it's gonna lead you down the same damn path and realization that, man, I'm just doing this to satisfy my cravings. I'm not in control over myself. I'm not in control over my mind, body, and soul. This thing, this entity, this lustful part of me has fully encapsulated my essence. I have no control over it. Like, people don't really talk about this, especially with the content you see today that is directed at young men, of becoming an alpha male, becoming a red pill guy, becoming a guy with game. Yes, you want some game, you want some charisma, you want some good aspects to you. You don't want to just be like a boring cardboard bland piece of like nothing, you know what I mean? Just like, you can't talk to a girl or you can't talk to a guy. You can't even conversate with anybody. You got to have that dynamic aspect to you. But when it comes with that, you got to be responsible. You got to value your seed. You got to value yourself, because your seed and yourself are linked. The more you retain your seed, the more you uncover yourself. It is one of the main components and keys to the path to self-realization, to the path to self-mastery, not just self-improvement. Self-improvement is lower level stuff. We're talking about higher level things on this channel and on the main channel and overall the Fulati Fitness brand. There's other channels out there too on YouTube that I do respect that are pushing out this message, but it's very minimal. And it's very minimal for the guys out there who are watching this type of stuff to actually get into these type of topics. They graduate from self-improvement and get on the path to self-mastery. But when it comes to self-mastery and it comes to that path, you are going to realize that you got to value yourself and value your seed more than just a couple seconds of pleasure, whether that be to your hand or to be some girl spreading her legs out for you. Because if you don't, you're just gonna drain yourself of that essence, and you're not gonna be able to actualize and potentialize your full aspect of what you could be. Like, it might sound so far-fetched to think that if you don't do this, you can become Superman. You can become what German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, the Übermensch. This, like, the fully super part of man that is dormant within himself until he essentially raises up his level of consciousness from animalistic desires to more spiritualized and just holy perspectives of life on what they want to pursue. So when you're going about this and you're actually realizing that, man, yeah, fapping is fucking stupid at one point. Like, you want to break it down real quick, bro, you are looking at pixels to a screen of other people getting banged. You want to bang that girl, but you watching another dude do it. That is cuck behavior. It is making guys cucks. Porn is making guys cucks. That is just a simple fact. And if you want to debate me on that, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste my time in the comment section down below trying to debate you on that, because you're a cuck. You are a cuck. And that's cool by me, man. I don't want to be a cuck. A lot of people who watch this channel don't want to be a cuck. A lot of people that watch the Fulati Fitness main channel don't want to be a cuck. If you want to go do that, man, click off this video, but make sure you like and subscribe before you do it, and get the fuck up out of here, because this is not for you. But going deeper into that topic, let me just make a quick analogy. Would you go up to a window of two random strangers having sex, get naked, put your dick in your hand, and just start stroking it and just watch them like a fucking buffoon? Would you do that? No. So why the fuck are you doing it to pixels on the screen? It's the same ideal. You just got to expand your perspective. You just think that everybody else is doing this, so it's okay. And the same thing goes to banging random chicks. You think that everybody else is doing this, everybody else is pursuing this, everybody else pedestalizes as the pinnacle of being a man, of just what makes you a man, dude. I got bodies on bodies on bodies. I got these girls lined up. I got so many. I've had so much sex, man. I'm the G. I'm the top G. Bro, you're still a fucking loser. Like, I don't know how old you guys are. Comment in the comment section down below. I'm 24, so I'm past. I dropped out of college, so that's one thing. But I'm past high school. I'm past college. I didn't really go throughout the whole college experience. It was COVID, and when COVID happened, and I was paying out of my own pocket to do online school, I said, fuck that shit. Started Full Life Fitness, and have been doing that ever since for the past 2.5, 3 years. So I didn't get that full college experience, but I got a little taste of it going to my friends who were in frats and my friends who were in college before me, who were older than me. I got a little bit of experience of that. But I will tell you right now, if you're younger, you're in high school, you're getting into college, you're in college right now, bro, the dudes out there that prioritize sex above all else are fucking losers, bro. Are fucking losers. When you're young and you hear, like, you're hanging around with some older dudes and you're like, oh man, this dude, he's got like 20 girls, man. This guy's got 10 bodies, man. Like, he's fucking sick, bro. How do I do that too? Every guy, young guy, goes through that, man. I promise you, I did. You're probably going through this. You probably have gone through this. You probably are over this. Maybe you're in the middle of it. Whatever it is, you are gonna go through that, because this is what society tells us. This is what is mainstream, bro. Like, you don't see channels like mine, you don't see channels like the other ones I said before that promote self-mastery, that promote spiritual knowledge, that promote men not being fucking whores and not being so materialistic. And yes, the material side of life is what we play in. You gotta get bossed up and get riches and get these things to help out not only yourself but the people around you, because this is the physical plane that we live in. You got to balance the material and the spiritual, but you got to do it on a spiritual plane of consciousness. You can't lower yourself down, lower your morals, lower your ethics, lower your essentially your potential to play in this material world that you are only here for a temporary time of being. You got to play on the higher level, because that's where you're going to go to after this, but you got to use the higher level side of you to essentially play in this world. I'm gonna break this down probably in the next video after this, the 3 stages of man, and it'll go in further depth and topic on this, and it's gonna drop here on the second channel. But like I said, the mainstream side of things, bro, you only see how to text women properly, how to approach women properly, how to do this, how to do that, how to do that. And I'm telling you right now, women are smarter than you think. They know these things. They know these schemes, these tactics, these this, that. And every dude out there is doing it. Every dude out there wants to be the next fucking alpha male, red pill, fucking like clone. Every dude out there wants to be that, and girls can see that. Girls go for what is essentially exclusive, for what is essentially higher quality. Like, hypergamy is a real damn thing, and that's ingrained in women's DNA. They want something that's better than them. They want something that's not so easy accessible. All these dudes out there that are in the clubs that are trying to chase these women are easily accessible to women. They can have their pick, but they know that these dudes are basically just playing at the same level, playing the same game, playing the same frame of this character that they're trying to portray. But a guy who's really individualized into his own soul, who is authentic, who does his own thing and paves his own path, that is the prize to women, because they value themselves and their seed more than a couple seconds of pleasure. That's why if you go on longer streaks of semen retention, I don't like how these dudes out there on semen retention content creators just talk about 30 days, you get attraction. No, you fucking don't. No, you fucking don't. If you were a loser 30 days before and you do a little bit of semen retention, you're still that same fucking loser. You don't switch up overnight. You don't switch up in 30 days. If you were doing 10, 15, 20 years of loser behavior activities, it's not going to change in 30 days. It's going to change quicker, because semen retention amplifies you on this path of becoming a better version of yourself, of becoming the ultimate version of yourself, but it doesn't switch up that quick. You're not going to get female attraction that quick. That is just in your mind. That is a placebo effect. That is confirmation bias. You watch semen retention content because the title says you will get female attraction and you will get magnetic, all this shit, you know what I mean? I don't make content like that, man, because I'm telling you, this is much deeper than that shit. I could blow up my channel, the main channel, like that, man. Like that, because I know I got all the sauce, I got all the tools, I had the experience, and I can make banger videos. I already make banger videos. I already make banger content. I already make content that actually will hit the people and make it sit in their psyche. And if I wanted to manipulate that and just talk about female attraction, this and that, my channel would be 100K in a couple months. But I don't do that because I don't lower my morals, my ethics. I'm not saying female attraction is bad, but I'm telling you, and I've been telling you, and I will continue to tell you, for the guys out there who are truly on this path, that's not what semen retention is about. That is not what this path is about. But like I said, a lot of guys out there will even bleed in semen retention to that mainstream ideal of attracting women, getting women, doing this, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? What are you attracting women for? To have sex with them. That's at the end of the day. Let's just be honest. Let's keep it straight up as a stop sign. Let's keep it point blank like a goddamn Glock. You are just trying to smash, man. Like, you don't, like, if you don't realize that, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. I'm 3.5 years on semen retention, and I'm telling you right now, I don't want to marry no girl. I got a lot of shit to do. So if I'm trying to attract women, the only thing I'm trying to do is smash. Yes, you can have a good little girl on the side of you, helping you out, do things like that. But at the end of the day, for a man on his mission, a celibate man on his mission, they're just gonna tear shit apart, bro, compared to a guy that's retaining for a certain period of time, then hopping back into the whole red pill dating shit, and then doing this and back and going back. Like I said, on this channel, there's different levels of semen retention. And you can go ahead and do that. I'm not telling you not to do that. I think a form of sexual discipline is necessary by all means. You need porn cut out by all means. But if you're just going out there frivolously wasting your seed on random women that you see no future with, not only are you a dumbass, a dipshit, and just an overall sucker, but you're not going to be able to compete with the guys who are fully using this procreative and generative source of energy towards their goals. You're not going to be able to. And yes, there's guys out there who are successful without celibacy, who are successful without semen retention, but there's something lacking into them. You always see it, man. You always see it. The guy that's got the yachts, the mansions, this and that, they're still, for lack of better terms, stuck in the matrix. They've escaped the 9-to-5 matrix, but now they're in the materialistic, capitalistic matrix. They think that buying this, buying that, getting this girl, getting that girl will help them feel fulfilled. But without the spiritual side to you, without the divine masculine side to you, you won't ever feel that. I'm just telling you straight up, bro. And semen retention is one of the most ultimate ways of doing that. And eventually, if you choose to progress out of that path, it is having a family with one woman, in my opinion, you can debate me on that, with one woman who's gonna be the counterpart to that divine masculine as a divine feminine. This is called the Great Arcanum, Shiva and Shakti. This is yin and yang. This is Hermes and Aphrodite. This is Adam and Eve. This is your left hemisphere of the brain and the right hemisphere of the brain. That is one of the most ultimate ways to self-realize yourself in the spirit when it comes to marriage. That is what marriage is really supposed to be about. Not this shit where you write down a document, a piece of paper that if this girl, if they divorce, she takes fucking 50% of your shit and your kids. Nah, man, that is monopolization of marriage. But marriage on a divine spiritual sense is a union of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. But what I'm saying is, if you don't see that and you just go out and you're trying to catch bodies on bodies on bodies, you're trying to rack up these bodies on bodies on bodies, not only are you a fucking loser, because you're gonna essentially create your whole life around trying to get that. That is your main goal. That is the ultimate, your ultimate purpose in life, and everything else goes around it. And you're just gonna get clothes to impress these type of women, cars to impress these type of women. And like I said, they already see all that shit. If it's a good looking woman, don't you think she's got hundreds and thousands of DMs on her Instagram, on her whatever, Snapchat, I don't know what the fuck apps people are using nowadays. I only got YouTube, you know what I mean? But don't you think she's got thousands of that shit, of the same prototypical archetype of a guy that is essentially trying to project and mask their insecurities by trying to chase women? Don't you think that? But when a dude who's not only taking care of himself, yeah, he might have a nice car, yeah, he might be rich, yeah, he might be jacked, which you should be as a guy, which you want to be as a guy. Like, you want those things, but you also want that thing that I said that a lot of dudes are liking, who have all that shit, the spiritual side to you, the self-worth side to you, the self-realized side to you, and they go about their life and they've prioritized their purpose above all else. That is more attractive than fucking the same top G wannabe that is hitting up her DMs. So those type of women who always want something, all women want something better than themselves, see that, they're gonna prioritize you as a prize, because natural biological instincts, you cannot essentially override that. You can play it to the best of your abilities, but you are essentially stuck in a certain system. You can press certain buttons to help you, but you have to understand what they do, or the system is just gonna press buttons on autopilot. And most women are on autopilot. This is not a diss, this is not anything belittling women or anything like that, but they operate more on emotion, on feeling, on intuition, which is autopilot almost. For them, they are more geared towards that. We are more geared towards logic, on analytics, on planning, on all that stuff. So when they see that, their biological instincts, that autopilot drives it, and that intuitive side that says, this is something different. I see this, all that other bullshit all the time, but this is something different. I'm gonna try, not pursue. I don't want, most guys don't want girls to chase after them. That's a masculine trait. That's weird, but she's gonna make it known to you that, like, she desires you. And if you don't desire just sex from them, you're not a sucker. You don't only think like a fapper, like a coomer, like, oh man, this girl likes me, I gotta smash. But you look deeper and you're like, what can this girl do to help me on this path towards uniting the divine masculine, divine feminine, and overall my purpose, building my empire? How can this girl, this woman help me? And if the only thing that they can provide, because there's some ran through girls, some ran through thought, which is a lot of the majority of women out there. I'm not trying to diss again, I'm just saying the truth. You can hate it or love it, man. I'm just giving y'all the rundown. But if that's all they can offer, but newsflash, every girl out there in the world can offer that thing in between their legs. It might be wild for you to think about that. Every woman out there can provide that, can offer that. It's literally attached to them. So if you look past that and you look at what can they help you mentally, spiritually, on your purpose, this and that, you're gonna value yourself and your seed and the overall sacred energy exchange, sex, more than just a couple seconds of pleasure. She's hot, on the physical, on the material. Like, that is a part of it. No dude out there wants to bang some ugly girl, bro. We all have different preferences. You might think this girl's ugly, I might think she's hot. I might think that girl's ugly, you might think she's hot. It's just your physical attractiveness to that certain type of attributes. Yes, you all want something that is very attractive. So do girls. They want something that's very attractive. But they also see what can this guy do for me? You got to think more like that, bro. Because a lot of guys out there think that they cannot get women. A lot of guys out there think that they are unable to do that. I'm telling you right now, you don't need no course. You don't need no text tips. You don't need no weird manipulative schemes to do that, man. If you go about your day and you go about your purpose and you're taking care of yourself and you are doing the things that every guy needs to do, bossing up their mind, body, and soul, you will be able to attract women. And the better you get about that, you will attract better and better quality women. And the more you worthy and value your seed, your sexuality, and just yourself in general, the more exclusive and exotic you become. You're not like a fapper where they see a weird commercial and their brain just goes hijacked mode and they just got to go and fap. When you go out there and see a girl and she looks good and you're out with your friends or whatever the hell, and all the guys are talking, dude, she go hot, go talk to her, shit like that. You don't go on autopilot mode. I don't got to go talk to that woman. I don't have to go essentially go down on my knees and fucking essentially bow down to her, because I value myself more than that. Not like, oh, I think she's lower than me and this and that. I value myself more than just, I have to go have sex. I have to go fat. That's what I'm saying. It's the same damn thing. You are trying to get that same end result. But if your consciousness is on a higher level, you can say, hey man, like, yes, she's good looking. Yes, she's this. I can go talk to her, this and that. But I'm going to talk to her like a civil fucking human being. Not so damn thirsty, because girls can fucking sense that and sniff that out from a mile away. And you're going to just essentially deter her away anyways from you because you're so damn thirsty. But I'm going to talk to her about higher things. And if she can connect with my level of consciousness and vibration, let's talk more. Let's get to know each other more, not just on sex. And if you do that, you're gonna notice that a lot of these standards you have for women are going to raise. You're not gonna go for the OnlyFans girls. You're not gonna go for some thought from high school that you had a crush on. You're not gonna go to some college sorority girl that you saw at a frat party. You're not, bro. Because not only do you know that they've been ran through harder than a fucking track meet like Usain Bolt, but you also understand that they are not on the certain consciousness and vibration level as I am. So why would I lower myself down so I can satisfy my lower nature and eventually stay stuck in that lower state of being? No, I'm gonna raise my vibration, raise my level of consciousness, and whoever attracts and aligns with that, then we can talk some business. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta really value yourself more, man, than just like a piece of meat, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you play with your meat all the time, you don't value your seed. If you play around with these thoughts all the time, you don't value your seed. And when you don't value your seed, you don't value yourself, because it is your essence as a man. This is what makes you more brave. This is what makes you more courageous. This is what makes you more conscious. This is what makes you more like have just more vitality and vril to you. Like, to just go out and conquer, to just go out and get shit done. If you've been on semen retention for a decent amount of time, you know this. And why would you give that up for a couple of seconds of pleasure for something that you don't see a future to? I've talked about it before on this channel as well, why most modern day relationships don't make sense, because it's centered around lust. And it's mostly just hookup culture, and then you develop an emotional attachment to this person, and then eventually when a breakup happens, you never really saw a future with it. You're left with a loss of energy, a loss of money, a loss of time that you'll never get back. For what reason? Because you want a couple of seconds of pleasure. Value yourself more, bro. I'm not telling you to just never talk to women at all. Like, that's not what semen retention is about. You can actually talk to women even better, because you're looking at them more as a human being rather than something you're trying to smash. You're not looking at them like the screen of fucking the homepage of Pornhub. You're not looking at them like that no more, bro. You are looking at them like real human beings. And when you go about talking to other guys like real human beings and you don't connect with a guy on a conscious level, they're just talking about some bullshit, you're not gonna kick it with that guy no more. But you will lower your standards for a girl because you want the box. How real is that, man? How straight up did I just break it down for you right there? Because I've gone through that, and a lot of you going through that, and a lot of people will continue to go through that. That's why we need to get this message out there to more and more people. That's why you need to get my Semen Retention ebook on the main channel. That's why you need to value yourself and value your seed more than just a way to get pleasure. Shift your focus, shift your perspective to a way where this is not a way to just get pleasure, but a way to gain power. Power in the mind, body, and soul. Come on, man. Like, I'm telling you, bro. And if you go down this path of just chasing women, this and that, if you don't want to listen to me, if you don't want to take this advice, and you have all the right in the world to do that and not give a shit, like, I don't know why you made it this far into the video if you don't really give a shit, but maybe you just like hearing me talk. If you want to go down that path, by all means do it. But I'm telling you, man, like I have friends who are older than me, like I said, that went and they were in that same lane of just trying to chase women, and they're like 28, 29, some even 30. I've seen the guys that didn't do that, who actually were focused on their purpose. Yeah, they didn't do semen retention, but they did some form of it. They weren't fapping. They weren't chasing women all the time. Yes, they might have slipped up here and there. That's why I said there's different levels to it. You don't got to go full on like me, but you don't got to go full on like the brahmacharis are even higher levels than me and other people that you see. But they had some type of sexual discipline. And those people that had sexual type of discipline to them are successful in life, or have some type of spirituality to them, have some type of self-worth to them. They have, some of them are married and they have a good family and they are providing for the family, and they're not like degenerate. They're doing shit, they're sleeping on time, they're eating good, they're going on cool vacations, they're out in nature, they're spending good quality time here on planet Earth for the time being. While on the other side, those dudes out there that we thought were like, oh man, those dudes are fucking sick, man. Like they just get women like that, bro. They're just attracting all the women. They just got bodies on bodies, you know what I mean? Like, those dudes are 30, 28, 29, still doing that same shit. Like, bro, get a wife or just stop doing this shit. Like, you should, like, what the fuck, bro? Relax, man. Like, you're still doing this shit. You're not in high school no more. You're not in college no more. You're not in your frat no more. But that shit sticks with you because, like I said, mainstream media pushes it on people, makes it pedestalize it, and then the society we're in, the society we grow up in as young men, further just feeds that beast. When you go to college, when you go to high school, when you do all these things, when you go out to the clubs, that's all the people are doing, going to clubs, going to bars, and this and that. Unless you're surrounded by a good community of men, whether that be online or in person. Obviously, in person is better. That's why I hope, God willing, while this brand keeps starting to expand, I will be able to do Fulati Fitness retreats and just overall meetups and just stuff like that, so we can get this community of people online, because it's an online brand, it's an online business, and bring them all together in real person, in real life, in the physical world, to connect and make real lasting relationships where you meet some guy on my Discord server, you've been talking to him all the time, then we meet up finally and you meet him first face to face in person, and you got a homie for the rest of your life. That's what I hope. But what I'm saying is, if you just take that out of the equation, everything else is just promoting degeneracy. That's why either you gotta enjoy the solitude, or you gotta actually seek for these type of communities. And if it's only online, then so be it. But make an initiative to get around these type of people so you can remain in that state of not getting pulled into degeneracy, because the more you're around it, the more it's gonna pull you. Like I said, if you're in these college environments, these high school environments, these bar environments, these club environments, you are gonna get pulled into it. Your environment has much more influence over you than you think. You can have the most willpower in the world, bro. I don't go to no clubs, I don't go to no bars, because not only do I know that if I go to them, I'm gonna be wasting my time, money, and energy that I'm not gonna get back, but that shit's gonna get poisoned into my psyche. I don't want that shit. I wanna be clear, crisp. I wanna be focused on my purpose. I wanna be killing the competition that's going to doing that shit, man. Like, it's just the sacrifice. I don't think it's a sacrifice. You're gonna have a better life if you don't partake in that. You're gonna wake up early, you're gonna be out in nature, you're gonna be getting that good sun, you're gonna be eating good food, you're not gonna be fucking up your circadian rhythm, you're not gonna be addicted to porn, addicted to sex, because a lot of people don't realize that you can be addicted to sex, like I'm saying right here. Chasing random women, trying to pipe them all the time is an addiction that's the same as fapping. And like, quick little point before we wrap things up, you gotta spend more energy, time, effort, and money to get at that done. Yes, you're gonna develop some skills, like I said, charisma, game, this and that to you, but you're gonna spend some resources to get at. Like, the people that just watch porn, bro, they might be more efficient with it. Yes, they're not gonna develop any real life skills, but they're getting to whatever they're trying to get to, and they're getting the job done. Get in and get out, man. Get in and get out. They're more efficient with their shit. Like, I gotta give them that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not promoting this and that, but on a realistic, logical explanation side of it, they are more efficient with their shit. You gotta go and you gotta talk to this girl, talk to that girl, try to get her number, try to get her number. You gotta get the nice fresh drip, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta buy the new cologne, this and that. You gotta do all that shit to run around in circles to get the same damn end result. Yes, one might be with a woman and the other might be with your hand, but the same end of the day, the same end result, the same damn thing. So, fuck all that shit, man. If you made it this far into the video, bro, you realize that you value yourself and your seed more than that, and you understand that both these can be harmful addictions on your path towards greatness. So what are you gonna do about it? How are you gonna go about it? Are you gonna just say you're gonna do it, be around the bullshit ass people, not further expand your knowledge on this, because this is just a 40-minute video. Damn, 40 minutes, I didn't even realize that. This is just a 40-minute video talking about that. Are you gonna further educate yourself, whether that be through my main channel videos, whether that be through the free ebook, whether that be through my free semen retention guide, all that shit, man? Are you gonna further educate yourself, hopping in the Discord, being around online community guys, or are you just gonna click off this thing, go about your day, your homies call you up, let's go to the bar, let's go to the clubs, you're gonna go back on Tinder? Are you gonna do that shit, man? Because I know for a fact you're gonna do your best not to fap and go watch porn and that bullshit, because it's poison. But you gotta realize that this same game, the same play that you're doing is gonna put you in the same damn position. So don't think one is better than the other. They got their pros. Like I said, porn, you are wasting time watching it, but you're not wasting no energy, no money and shit like that going to find out your how you're gonna do it. But you're also not gonna develop no skills. That's the cons. And this, you're gonna develop some skills just talking to mostly brain dead girls that are giving up their pussy for whoever, really. But you're also gonna be wasting all this time, energy, effort, money, blah blah blah. Are you gonna go and choose the better of two poisons and what you think? Or are you just gonna elevate above that, not play that game, focus on prioritizing your purpose, and value yourself above just a couple seconds of pleasure? What are you gonna do? Because your boy's out here in the field and the flesh, dropping all day games so you guys can make these gains. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. And I'm out here. Peace.